SportsZone, the show that's all about your schools, your teams, and your rivals. We're going to switch gears a little bit here and talk about a sport that some would say is maybe a little bit underrated, but lots of fun. This is badminton, and who better to discuss this sport than with the coach of Woodlands. It was the most successful team in ROPSA this year, and this is Pauline Kwan. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So, as I mentioned, first we have to point out Woodlands dominated in the ROPSA finals this year, so congratulations on a very successful season.
Thank you very much.
What was it that you think kept your students winning this year, round after round?
I think it's a passion that we have for badminton at our school. We do, I would say, 6 hours of practices on a weekly basis ever since the season started, which is, I would say, late February. And, you know, this has just been going on year after year. And you know, the kids want to win, the kids want to do their best, and we're here to facilitate them.
Speaking of wanting to win, Woodlands finished second overall last year next to Glen Forest, who had held the title 3 years in a row. This year they didn't even make the top three, though. So was that the goal, to eventually beat out Glen Forest? Is that what motivated the kids?
I think, you know, sportsmanship is most important, and just trying your best at whatever we're doing. So I wouldn't say our goal was to beat out Glen Forest, but to be our personal best. And we had a very strong team from last year, and we tried our best to develop them to be even better, and I think we were successful in that. Yep.
How did it feel coming out on top at the end?
It wasn't much of a surprise, but it was definitely very rewarding. The kids were very happy. We had first place teams, but we also had kids who placed fifth, and they were not very good badminton players the year before. So it was nice.
Great.
Yeah.
I know we had a lot of successful badminton players from Woodlands specifically. I want to point out two in particular because they're going to be on the show a bit later. Andrew Liang and Clayton Law. Yeah. They were two of probably your top badminton players. Played each other all year round and then faced off in the finals at the end. What was that like as their supervisor to see them have to battle it out?
I actually didn't watch most of it. It felt like watching two of my children just try to kill each other on courts, and it was quite difficult to do. They've been facing each other not for just 1 year, but I would say for at least the last 3 years that I've been with the club. And you know, year after year, it's either one kid's on top or the other kid's on top, depending on their performance that day. And on, what is it, Tuesday, they were facing off, and then I said, okay, look, you know, I'm not watching, I'm going to the other court, watching someone else. But during the break, I walked over with, you know, Gatorade and said, okay, just take a little break and go at it again.
Right.
It was their last time facing each other, so I wanted them to really, you know, try their very best and just go all out.
Well, it seems like it was a successful round for both players. Yeah. Well, that's great. So ROPSA is a fairly short season in badminton. All finished now. What's next? Will you be heading to OFSA in Sudbury? Yeah, we will be going to OFSA Sudbury in just next week, May the 6th to the 9th. And I will be taking 3 Woodland students there. Andrew Liang will be competing for junior nationals out west in Canada somewhere. Great. And I believe he's ranked 6th overall in Ontario, which is fantastic. That brings me to my next question. What kind of opportunities are there for badminton players outside of high school? What else can they get involved in?
Well, in terms of high school, there's the high school teams, but after school high schools, they do a lot of permits and a lot of just, I guess, personal clubs, if you will, rent out the gyms. And they have recreational badminton there. After that, you've got the OBA, which is the Ontario Badminton Association, and you could be coached by professionals to participate in that as well.
And are there many scholarship opportunities in Canada?
That I don't know. It's not a very high-rated sport, as you know, and I'm not sure about the scholarships.
How would you encourage more students to give badminton a try?
Well, the entry cost is very low. You're looking at purchasing a racket from any sports store and just hitting around for the first little while. Once you develop the passion, it's, you know, just go into your high school and say, I want to join the team, and you get lots of training there.
That's great, Pauline. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're
it was a pleasure having you. We're going to be joined with 2 of the ROPSA champions after this break. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss it.
Welcome back to High School Sports Zone. A quick thanks to Pauline Kwan for coming into our studios. Lindsay spoke to the coach, but we're also lucky enough to have 2 of their players. We have Andrew Liang, who's ranked 6th in Ontario among junior badminton players. He joins us alongside Clayton Law, both from Woodlands. you both experienced tremendous success this season.
Yes, we did.
Tell me, why do you think that you're able to be this successful?
Well, first of all, we put a lot of time into this sport, and aside from being on the badminton team, we actually play in clubs as well.
Andrew, what do you think attributes to your success?
To my success, of course, in addition to the school practices, we also practice outside in clubs. We also we practice with each other, and we give each other hints, and we train each other. And it's mostly a team thing where we help each other out, and so all of us can get better.
So you both have been at Woodlands for all of the badminton so far, from grade 9 to 12. You guys have been playing, right? Yeah. So tell me, Andrew, it must be a little bit of a burn or a nag to, of course, see one team win 3 years in a row. What was it like actually beating Glen Forest?
Well, it means a lot to us this year because we worked hard as a team. Every practice, we helped each other out, and the fact that all of our team members contributed to us getting this trophy, it's just a great honor to finally be able to bring this trophy home.
Okay. And when you guys first started playing, obviously, in the beginning of the season, you guys were practicing together, training together. Did you guys envision that you guys would be in the singles finals against each other?
I don't think we had a doubt about that, except maybe we would doubt that there would be another competitor that would sort of rival us, but in the end we knew that we were top in our region and we would meet eventually in the finals.
So you guys knew, Andrew, of course, that you guys felt you were good enough to meet each other in the finals. What's it like playing against a friend, against someone who you practice with? Because I'm sure both of you put in, equal amount of effort throughout the season, of course, to excel in your badminton. So how was that like to be able to, to have to play against each other?
Well, of course, off the court, we're friends and we look out for each other, but on the court, we go all out. It's like a war almost. Like we try to beat each other, and we do it whatever we have to. But after the game ends, after we shake hands, we're friends, and that's what it means at the end of the day.
There's so you've one got winner, the bragging rights.
Yeah.
You've got the bragging rights.
Well, this time, but in the future, not necessarily, maybe.
So how long have you guys? First of all, Clayton, how long have you guys been playing badminton?
I've been playing badminton for 6 years now.
Okay, so what is it about this sport that made you want to pick this sport up and keep playing it for so long?
Well, at first my dad just wanted to get me into the sport for the sake of doing some physical activity, but then I think I became addicted to the sport as I kept on playing because I love the feeling of just hitting the bird around. When you shoot a basketball and it goes through the hoop, you love that feeling.
Of course.
And I love the feeling of the birdie leaving the racket and hitting the other opponent's side of the court.
And of course, Andrew, by having a tremendous season, you guys earned a trip to OFSA. Would you care to tell our viewers why you may or may not be attending OFSA this year?
For me, I'll be attending the Canadian Junior National Championships in Edmonton instead of OFSA. I made the decision mainly on the fact that I want to play some national tournaments and go to that next level, and also give me a chance to play with some of the best players in the nation.
That's good. That's great. So you're, of course, that's congratulations, obviously, are in order, because what is the difference like compared to provincially and locally? Do you think that the popularity of the sport is growing, staying the same, or decreasing?
Oh, definitely badminton is a growing sport, especially since we have many coaches from Asia, and it's attracting a lot of players into this sport. And I would say it's growing really quickly and it's getting more popular.
That's great, guys. Once again, I'd like to thank you guys for being here with us. Congratulations on an amazing season. Good luck at OFSA and good luck at the Nationals.
Thank you.